Bueno. Pues que la verdad es que la banda sonora está increíble en este juego, ¿eh? Ayer me la estuve escuchando y es un relax. A ver, algunas es estresante, pero esta está un relax. Me encanta. Vale, ¿cómo se ha jugado este juego? Vamos a recordar. Tengo el arco doradito, vale. Kabash. I have to find Kabash. Oh. ¿Será la secta esta? No, no me la van. Es que de verdad, hacer todo esto me está dando unas ganas de jugar al Skyrim otra vez. Solo por entrar en las mazmorras y acabar con esqueletos y otras cositas. What? Wow, pero... No había nada más, ¿no? Ya está cerrado. Vale. Vale, se me olvida de que en este juego hay un bucle y... A ver, que es largo y tal, pero... Vale. ¿Dónde está el otro? ¡Ah! Joder, se camuflan, ¿eh? Muchos sufrieron por los pecados no solo. Apuntar. No veo el otro. Bueno, no hay nada ahí abajo, ¿verdad? Vamos a pensar que no hay nada. Si no, no avanzo. Venga. ¿Se ha movido alguien ahí? Ah, aquí está, ¿no?
Stop. Do not come any closer.
¿Qué
Who
vas?
are you? I am Kabash. And let me guess. Another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting
No,
place of
buscarte a
my
ti.
ancestors. Trousers, boots. Curious here. No, I suppose you do not. Then what do you want? To what end? That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you? I was planning to return it myself, but for now, I must remain. Here, take it, and restore the honor of Osiris.
Osiris, Señor del Silencio. Thank you.
Now, as for the other plaque. Indeed, I have it right here. I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching. You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it.
Pero tío.
Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie. I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is? Indeed, and I see you know our history. This is the Duat. See what has become of it. I have been down here as Egypt declined and the Greeks had their turn to flourish. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people, looked as if that desecration was not enough. They built over this place, using it as the... My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate. It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient. All it would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, and that my people did to them what... I sense a deception. You will never know. This work of sacrilege must be You are too late. It is done.
La tiró, ¿no?
It could not have gone any other way. It was Osiris's will. Now, the thing of evil you sought is gone. Why are you still here? I am from Rakotis, which you may know as Alexandria, the name of the... Since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks, I took... When the fires broke out last year, I tried to help. I gathered terrified locals on my 7th trip. A passenger I told him his brother would have to save himself, and he tried to bribe me by placing I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the Kirti, the ram-headed ferryman described in the Book of the Dead. This is where I belong, as caretaker of the memory. I think if someone is to break the golden rule, it due to the doer to make him do. As for the punishment that will come from it, I finally understand why I do not know. What could possibly lie beneath? All I know is, Is everyone so contrary where you are from? Good. Be gone from this place. Wait. You are planning to go down there. I see it in your eyes. I urge you, return to the surface with the Romans. It will be safer for you.
Vergal el Fiero. Uniforme. Vergal el Fiero, no sé lo que es eso. Nordic, ¿qué son? ¿Qué son? No sé muy bien qué mitología es esta. Bueno, vamos a averiguarlo. Nerga del Fiero. Una bola. Déjame salir. Otra bola. Mi madre. Pero a lo mejor abrí... No, no abrí nada, ¿eh? Oh, qué cagada. Vámonos. Ah, no puedo, mierda. No puedo. ¿Por qué no puedo pasar? No entiendo.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here.
Si me matas.
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege. But you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true God of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed? Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, why should I let you live? Why? To what end? But why? What business could you have with Osiris? Blasphemous fool! You have sealed your own fate. Good. I welcome it. You see, the philosopher told me that each time it breaks, Osiris bellows with rage. I can only hope one more tremor.
No,
the many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Bueno, pues nada, me tengo que pirar corriendo. Claro. Qué remedio. No veo nada. Bueno. Ostras. A ver. ¿No me atacáis? No. ¿Cómo salgo de aquí sin que me mate nadie? En serio, ¿cómo coño salgo de aquí? Por aquí, Sí, por aquí. Bueno, y ahora tengo que llegar hasta allí. Qué difícil hacer esto. Y no me puedo curar. Ah, que se me está llenando lo del... Buah, se acabó. Se acabó, qué pena. Ah, no, me he curado. Vale. Joder, ¿qué estoy haciendo? A ver. Es que me estaba poniendo nerviosa. Vale, o sea, yo me regenero. O sea, como que lo del dorado, si me dan con flechas y pasa un tiempo, se va. Vale, pues ahora tengo que acordarme bien de cómo tengo que ir directamente a la puerta sin que me mate nadie, claro. Esto va a ser difícil. ¿Por aquí? No, por aquí no. Qué difícil. Por aquí. Don't shoot me, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. I say, Vale. Bueno, hemos conseguido 2 placas, que era lo importante. El otro señor, bueno, pues se enfadó, pues que se enfade. Chicos, si hubo otra civilización que te... a la que le hicisteis lo mismo, pues que es lo que pasa siempre. Vale, a ver.
Salve, friend. Mind to... Oh. You li... Put... All right. I'll...
Vale. Ahí no puedo hablar con el idiota este. Vale, déjame ver las pistas. Esa agua pasada. Voy a hablar con el señor.
I know, and I'll take care of him. Just go and hide, but not in the empty shrine.
Wait, how did you know I was headed in there?
No time to explain. Go!
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
Greetings, I'm Georgius. My friend, you're... And in a city full of Romans you are asking, my name is Georgius. They do this all the time. I am flattered that they copy our idea. At first but the plague used... and we...
No tenía
I hope...
Vale, perdón. Sumeria. Vale. No he contado mucho, la verdad. A ver, Rufio. Uf. No, primero tengo que hablar. A ver. Centrémonos, por favor.
Thank you. I am delighted and...
Vale, date prisa. Voy a hablar con la señora...
Magistrate.
A ver si ahora me hace caso.
I'm not... Talk. An intriguing proposition. Go on. Perhaps you're not as silly as those You know, I met some time ago when he still cared for me. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of. I confronted him about it, and he I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute.
Gloria.
Why exactly are you helping me? I couldn't agree more. One hand washes the other, as they say. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity. But first, I need you to do something for me.
Yeah.
I want you to bring me some wine. Just one small... Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard. Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but after all I've done for him, counseling him through his entire life, he said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the one. Tonight, at his victory party. I'm going to get good and merry. I am so looking forward to it.
Me too, Chloe, me too.
You mean, aside from the fact that I'm locked in because there's barely any left in the city? So... Thank you. Here's the letter.
Thank you. Thanks to you, my dear. Queen se asomaba cada día. Qué cagada.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Queen...
What?
He's... Oh no. That's... Give me that immediately. Nobody else. What? No. It was a lie of a mission. You were planning this all... I curse you. I curse your life, and this is outrageous.
Tranquila, señora. ¿Mm? Tranquila. Tampoco eres una santa, ¿eh? Y ahora vamos a hablar con tu marido. A ver qué nos cuenta.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here. Are you insane? Why would I suppose that makes you... So... Oh, so much work. Fine. Ruling this cess... I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal. There. You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and...
Bien.
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
Vale, ¿y ahora dónde está Galerio? Quiero hablar con Galerio primero. Galerio... Where are you, boy? The field, of course. So... let's see. ¿Perdón? No tiene tiempo, ¿por qué? Bueno. ¿Dónde está el cookie? ¿Dónde está la señorita?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
¿Dónde está?
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just
Hola.
like Diana's.
A ver.
A new face, are they? Well, Malleolus, why do you... Oh, what a good idea. He is... Certain. See you...
Vale, y ahora...
Welcome.
Ah, ¿qué estás hablando?
Feeling all right? That...
something. Oh, a priestess equity. But if that's the case, I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their... I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make They've never physically hurt. They've got people running scared because everyone... I doubt it. I mean... I suppose we... You mean... If that's your...
Vale, pero
May
bueno.
Apollo keep you safe.
Vale, me quedo a hablar con el señor este.
Citizen.
Hello, Lucas. Pobre chico. Poor guy.
Salve, Fred. Welcome to London. All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If...
That's the...
What?
Why do you...
I know. Please.
I'm sorry.
Please, help him.
It's too late for that. If I backed out now... What? Are you messing with me?
Por fin le veo la cara a este chico.
We're free. We're free. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. Scintilla and I were in love. All right. One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Malleolus's villa, I wasn't allowed out. So once everyone else was asleep, and that's when I saw her. I just sat there on the roof, listening to her and then she looked up and saw me and... she smiled. And from the moment she asked my name with this warmth, and so for weeks on end, each we'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching. All I could do was keep my head down and try. Scintilla was the one thing that made my life bearable. But with her gone, things unraveled. All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way, she'd never have taken her own life. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how. My guess? Malleolus. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her. But there is one room in his villa. I've never seen the inside of it. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow... Oh, I see. I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news.
Esta señora, ¿cómo puedo hacer?
What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm thankful that you're here. Ah.
No sé si seguirla y colarme dentro. ¿Ya no hay agujero? No entiendo. Ah, porque se tiraba él. Vale. Bueno, mejor no me tiro, ¿no? No vaya a ser.
That's quite an impressive bow.
¿Dónde está? Ah, vale, fue la pantalla, perdón.
Me Apollo, keep you safe.
¡Ay! ¡Qué susto me han dado, coño! Joder. Ulpio, cuéntame.
Shalom. I feel like I've looked everywhere. At least everywhere. First, the palace. If Navium, the only other place she could be, is somewhere in... I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around in the upper cistern before... A skeleton. That wouldn't surprise me at all. There are some truly evil people in this... I don't. But even if I did, You mean where... But when I was a child, I moved to Rome with my family. Romanized my name and spent most... That's what... Every road leading out of Rome was in chaos. Several hours down the Appian Way, I saw another Jewish family being attacked. I can only assume they got the better of me because the next thing I knew... It's strange though, because I still had my purse on me. A lot of good it did me. Well, neither of us have a couple of hours to stand around talking about theology, law, and collective punishment. You remind me of an old story from my people about Hillel. Obliging, he replied, "What is hateful to you, do not do to another." That is the whole Torah. Of course, what I want to know is... Thanks. Sentius, I suppose. I'd have to be in... Galerius, the farmer. All right, friend.
Citizen. Name's... Galerius.
Yeah.
Fine. See...
Salve. Hello there. Are you well, stranger? Sentius, I suppose. Yeah? Certainly. Nothing illegal about it? Well, that's a very well.
Hello. Galerius. Did you know him? But of course.
Vale, tenemos 1, 2, 3.
Ah, a new face. Salve. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia. Galerius. All right. Nice to...
Greetings and salutations.
¿Cuánto se siente? ¿Son 4 votos contra 3? No. No, son más.
Ove.
Oi! How did you get in there, you... What now? Whatever.
Yo no voy, dice, vale. Listo.
What is it? Not that it's any of you. Alright?
Vale, yo creo que va a ganar Saleri, ¿no? ¿Qué más tenía que hacer?
I hope you're coping.
quiero... Creo que voy a esperar en esta ocasión a la selección. Voy a hablar con... No, voy a dar una vuelta. Nada, me estoy perdiendo. Chis.
Salve again, friend. How is it possible? Oh, come on. I just did as... You're a bit... Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. He was forced to push a great... forcing him to start... Actually, Tantal... Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel. Anyway, so, I'll tell you what. I'll keep... Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Feeling kind of nervous, but I'm hoping it'll all be worth it. Oh, now, I'm going to keep your secret. Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me.
Galería, no me des la espalda. Por favor.
I saw you... And... Strip... Oh, anyway. Well, it's too steep to climb, so do you think... Really? This is going to make... What I really want to do is walk up to her, but on the other hand, I can't... You mean... You see, Equitia is a vest... Even if she was just suspected, at the same time, she's just so... kind and graceful. I don't... Now that I hear you say that out loud, I hear... What I need is a go-between. Someone who can tell... What do you say? Wonderful! Now, all I need you to do is give her the flower and tell her it's from a secret... Thank you.
Por supuesto que sí, Valeria. Por ti lo que sea. Un momento. Yo creo que quiero huevos. Abrimos terreno.
Arvig. Oh, how lovely. It just... I see. So, it's from Galerius, then? Of course I do. That man is a wonderful human being, but he is the least subtle secret. Plus, he's been trying for weeks to get his hands on this flower. He went to so much effort, too. He'd just stand there each morning, looking at the flower, tell that adorable oath that my Vestal's vow of chastity ends once I turn 36. So, if we ever... Then... Tell... I hope so.
Ay, qué bonito. Por favor. La pobre muchacha, ¿no? Hasta los 36. Valeria, ¿dónde estás? Sí,
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Now, what's on your mind? Thanks. What did she say? Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my... I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but all I can do is tell you where there's a secret stash of corn. In the rock tunnel near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress statues is blocking the path, and I'm not game to move it. If you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune wait. All right, friend.
Ya sé lo que es. Bueno, pues ahora vamos a hacer que las selecciones vayan para adelante. ¿Dónde está la señora? Yo creo que van a la galería, ¿no? Uy, ¿qué pasó ahí?
Ave again. It must be complete. It'll be between. Why do you? As I said, I'm. Well, I wouldn't very. Citizens.
Bueno, no sé si lo ganará. Ganará.
Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Election starting.
Uno, dos, tres y cuatro rufios, ¿no? Rufio. Y él tiene dos. Este señor y este señor. Yo creo que va a ganar Valeria. Aquí falta gente, ¿eh? Falta Rufio. Chico, ¿dónde estás? Ahí está. Venga, chaval. 4-2, ¿no? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bueno, a ver qué pasa, porque esto... Veremos. A ver qué pasa.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helva. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius.
What? No se lo esperaba.
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Vale, pues tengo que seguir a Horatius. Bueno, seguramente el señor Dooley robará, ¿no? Y se acabó todo. Vale. Sí, pues voy a ir con el primero para que me dé la losa esa. No se queja nadie, ¿eh? Increíble. Todo...
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georges I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest.
Yes.
I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello? Oh, thank you. You're a bit... You can have my shine, and maybe you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me. But before that, he told me... He gave me a key to the cisterns. Please help me find it. Please. Oh, thank you.
Gracias, Luli.
I hope you find it. In the cisterns. Way up high. Oh, look over there.
No.
Something. Maybe it is treasure. I could see it from this. And it's just lying out here. Maybe nobody wants it anymore. Maybe no one will mind.
Salve, friend. I want to... Now. Well, now that... To be honest, in the meantime, I get...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Madre mía, Duli. Joder, te ha llevado 3 segundos robar. Increíble, Por Dios, ¿por qué no puedo tirarme? Tírate. Bueno, menos mal que, hice todo este rollo, porque es que si no... ¿No? Ah, vale, llegaba antes que tú. No sé qué hacer. En plan...
Salve, friend. All right, then.
En este momento vamos a hacer lo que hay que hacer. Lo de la habitación, sinceramente, ya fui a mirar.
On your best behavior, I trust?
Ah, vale. Vale, no lo había visto esto.
Whatever it... Oh, I wish... Oh. What? Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that. But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Sentilla's friend Yulia let slip. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
What are you... She need... That... A what? I'm sorry, I must have... That was like the... You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yours. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was martyred. In the meantime... That's a...
Vale, que esperar un ratito. Esperamos.
golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune.
May Apollo keep you safe.
No soy paciente.
Oh, was there... No. I did, but I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so... All right.
Bueno, pues solo me queda...
A golden bow. Just like...
A golden bow. Vale, ¿era ahí? Era... No, era... ¿Dónde coño era esto? Aquí. No puede ser, ¿no? No era aquí, ¿dónde era? Madre mía. ¿Era esto? ¡Ostras! ¿Pero qué te han hecho, muchacha?
You? Who are you? Did he send you?
Yeah.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back. I'm Centilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. Sentius, my adoptive father.
¿Cómo?
I don't know. He said the gods are on his side, but... Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate. I'm going to take that key from around his... I'm done caring about the golden rule. There won't be enough time. There's no time. Wait, did you hit... Oh, thank
Bueno,
you.
vamos a ver de dónde
Now
va esto.
Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
Ostras, pero ¿lo vas a matar? Oh, Dios mío, o sea, ¿cuánto ha sido este idiota?
What did you do with Centilla? Where is she? So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al. Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy act. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. He was a moralistic fellow, and because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more and when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine. The next time I awoke, you showed up. But you've caught up to where he was. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trapping. Just the 6? Not a lot compared with Al, but I've seized. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
Yo nada, pero tu hija... A ver, es decir que me pediste que...
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely. To cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself? Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every man will always sin sooner or later. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way by reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living
es que si
long
lo mata,
after your dust.
El problema es que si lo mata...
Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow? Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
What the fuck? Vale, el problema es, Centilla, es que ahora este señor ha muerto.
The many shall suffer
I have his
for the sins
I
of
can
the
open
one.
the gate. Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Ah. Oh, pues yo quería hacer más cosas. Ostras, se acaba de estallar nada.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kind of rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light. What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry, come again? Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following. So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this. I guess you saved my life then. as well as helping that poor
Pero
woman to
todo el
escape.
resto del mundo está muerto.
A lot to take in. Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Centilla used, if we can find it.
Pero no. Yo quería hacer esto. Bueno, pues ahora ya está. Bueno, esto que hay.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple. You go on ahead. I'll be there soon.
Bueno. Buena mierda. Quiero decir. Me precipité un poco ahí, ¿eh? Pero bueno. Hola, Carante.
You're back. But you're... Ah, what a relief. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I do not enjoy deceiving people. That most people find comfort in familiarity. That you died, of course. My role as the servant of the god of the underworld. Usually, when most souls would rather not remember. Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know? As you wish. You were murdered. You were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including 2 silver coins of ancient origin. Unfortunately, as you emerged into daylight, you were set upon by 2 thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and left. You both fought bravely. There was nothing you or your he died instantly at the scene. That man's name was Al Worth. You were each in possession of a sacred coin called Kalin. Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin in their mouths. Well, those stories can... A long time ago, my master created 1,000... My orders were simple. Whenever a person died... That is a question you would have to ask him, if that were still possible. In life, I am just his servant. Only now, I find myself bereft of... There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. After 5... I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. And there was a tablet describing an event supposedly the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was...
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I think she meant for you. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Cynthia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me.
I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing. Scintilla.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are...
Bueno, me da mucha rabia. Claro. Qué mierda. ¿Puedo hacerlo? Joder, me gustaría que me dejaran antes de esa decisión, la verdad. Joder, tío. Claro, pero si lo voy a cargar... Uf, cómo me duele el cuello ahora mismo. Dios, la música de los créditos, ¿eh? A ver, vamos a dejarlo. Son 4 personas, ¿no? Bueno, estos 3 chicos. Vaya cracks. Pero qué rabia. A ver, Anworth. Facing Roman God. Assassin. Bueno, qué mierda de final, sinceramente. ¿Y el primero cuál es? ¿Escapar tú sola? A ver. Ah, guay. Bueno, guay no sé dónde estoy. Bien. Vale. Voy a devolver las placas. Lo primero. Bueno.
Salve, friend. Welcome to life. Ah, we've all... I still... All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no.
That's the...
What?
Why do you...
Please, help him. You're like... Are you I see.
I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love.
La salvaremos todos juntos, no te
Orpheus,
preocupes.
no! I'll have to let everyone know what... And I'd best pray for...
Dios. Wow. Ah, voy a hablar con el señor. O sea, así, ¿tenía que decir todo o tenía que decir Plutón? I don't know, I guess. Ah, vale, en orden. Bueno, claro, según lo que haya. Vale, Osiris. Y Nergal. La verdad es que no tengo ni idea, sobre este dios. Oh. What? What? Wow. Qué pasada, ¿no? Me estoy emocionando. ¿Qué es esto?
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk. My story is many thousands of years. It is a matter of perspective. God, your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology, but despite all that, they are... My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better... In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. Desire, joy, ecstasy. No. Long ago, I swore to Persephone that I would remain in this form. This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpine to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers too long. That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions. As you wish. It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago. That is a long story, one that began... You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our... We discovered your planet, and witnessed your kind evolving from primate. You all but destroyed yourselves. Yet Proserpine saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without... So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread, we had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion. And soon my kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind. We began preparations to return to Elysium, but my Proserpine could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance. She made an extraordinary sacrifice. And so she began her inescapable. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen... And then I pleaded with Prosperpine's father, who the Romans called Jupiter. It was and is my hope that once there... But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without, then Proserpine and all of humanity would be... My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000... so that I might take her with me to Elysium. And here I am, after all this time. There were also gods who, like me, our leader Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Proserpine. As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of... I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and of course believing themselves to be the superior civilized. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks, they built upon the underworlds of their predecessors. To ensure the wage was fair, it was... To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to... Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for. Only 2 remain. Your kind will have squandered the last of its potential. It is a regrettable story. One of the first to be rid of him, I returned him to his people on the but the erasure did not take completely. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted. Later the Egyptians would adapt to their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance. Then when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus. They each told embellished tales of this place. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories. Of course, that is merely the name your people have given to it. That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After this, now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife. Of all the women, 2 were particularly ambitious, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman draped herself in jewelry. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second, she prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman she checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival, but I was watching. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, and I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a... But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament. I give your kind a second chance at life, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, and so you ask, if I am the one destroying, you destroy yourselves. When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer. The Greeks refined it with avoid. The Roman Stoics added treat your inferior. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto... It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you, yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able. For you, I'm able to commune with all of the steps. If she was still conscious, I suppose she could. Then what an odd... Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations? Ah, yes. Taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who... Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken. Now tell me. The merchant. How is... I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely... Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would... Not if we're wise enough to... Supposing you're... Now tell me. Ah, the tavern... I disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precisely... Now tell me. You speak of the... And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he... Ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority. This is interesting. I'm curious. I see. And how long? I fail to see how your system of loans is significantly different. Now tell me. The midwife and the palace, yeah. The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows, mere shapes of them. They are forsaken. Now tell me. Do you honestly think you could do better? I should strike you down for that. Now, did you have any other... Very good. Then now it is time. Only, it seems, something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals. When I peer into you, I see only a blank slate. Charon, where did...
I do not remember ferrying you. If that is true, then I sense...
How did you come to be?
I don't know.
I do not know. My kin departed. Tread lightly, mortal. Enough of this. It seems I will need... Why have you come? Your hubris is amusing. If you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong... So, tell me, why...
A ver.
That is a very serious accusation, mortal. I am well aware of the story told by the Greek. It is entirely unfair. My love was dying, and It was an act of rebellion against the others. She knew I would have to act to save her. Accordingly, These people were all dead when my servant found them. I gave them a second chance at life. Then you still have the option to end your life should you wish. Accordingly, every one of those people was guilty of... They failed collectively, and so they were punished. How unfortunate that... Ah, but I'm a god, and you are a mortal. Let me ask you this. Do you treat insects as you wish to be? Do you ensure they have food and shelter and protection? I warned you. You will make... Do you really...
¿Cómo? ¿Te venís a pasar el tiempo con mi problema?
How dare you threaten her? The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está la corona? Ay, Dios mío. ¿La cogí? ¿La he cogido? A ver. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Corona, corona. Don't kill me, please. Bueno, era imposible. Hola. Hola. Hello. Boom. 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 Hola. Vámonos. Hostia, me van a matar. Mira, lo tendré que haber tirado. No. Yes. I am running. Hola, ¿no puedo bajar? Bueno, vaya conversación hemos tenido con este señor. Dios, estoy un poquito densa. Pero claro, aún me falta una losa, ¿no? Me falta la losa de los cristianos. Que esta la tiene la señora esta... ¿Cómo se llama?
Salve, friend. Oh. You... Poor Virgil. All right, let me... What? Are you... You're serious? I'll go.
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water.
Acá siempre está abierto el templo. Bueno.
Keep an eye out for Santilla, would you?
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
¿Cómo puedo hacer para...?
Not a good time, friend. Not a good time, friend.
Vale, pero no lo vamos a salvar porque si no... Pero este señor, ¿de dónde viene? ¿Cuándo viene? ¿De dónde aparece? Ah, vale, viene de ahí. A ver, vamos a hablar, pero espérate un momento. Deja de llorar, por favor.
Who are you? Do you know you're here? Who wants to be behind me? There's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. Sent. I'm done. There won't be. What? No. It's no use. You'll never persuade. You're making fun.
¿Sabéis que por aquí hay un... Bueno, yo ya voy a venir aquí. O sea, vale, podía venir por aquí. Dios, qué vértigo me ha dado eso. ¿Hay más? Creo recordar que aquí también había un sitio. No sé si era por aquí. Sí. Coño, sube. Sube. A ver. Bueno. Vale. Entonces ya... Uy, qué susto me ha dado ese jarrón. Bueno, pues ahora que ya sabemos todo, o sea, todo, ¿no? Pero... Come on. Joder, ¿cómo se sale de aquí?
What now? I have a message from Malleolus.
Yeah? Who's it from? Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Cabrón.
We're finally alone. Ake, I see you have the piercing. We're always happy to... Now, you're probably what? I must have... Is that a... Seems... I think it's best if I... You mean to ask, why am I unwilling to trust it? I'm sorry. Yes, our water supply. From you. I wasn't born yesterday. Aeneas the tactician wrote a siege, and I'm beginning to wonder if the culprit... I'm glad to hear that. Now, me? You know, Al Worth. Come now. Sure. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memory. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. He was a moralistic, and because of that fatal flaw, I watched him come through the portal each time. And when he finally saw the futility, the next time I awoke, you showed up. I mean, you've 8 times more, and yet everything, because there's no escape. Except the pub. So, you discovered my... Why? Isn't it obvious? And as long as this day keep... I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely. And why would I agree to that? You might want to think that through. If anyone... Oh, you and your the only way you're getting this... And if I die, I won't be able... You see, it was my actions that brought you to this... That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone. I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you... What are you going to do? Beg the gods? Now, get out.
Bueno, pues tengo que convencer a amigos porque esto ya lo hemos hecho y no quiero hacerlo, no quiero todos los finales, en plan, no quiero ser una bárbara. Voy a ver a Plutón, aunque primero voy a hablar con el filósofo. Vale, señor. Vale. ¿Se va a quedar esta música?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Vale, por aquí. Está muy lejos este chico, ¿eh?
Come and join me by the... Welcome. I was indeed, but we've... Oh, that's a relief. I assume you're asking me... Extraordinary. Then, I suppose first I'd want to gather information. I'd want to know if I could expose some internal inconsistency in his... But as a philosopher, the saddest truth I ever learned is that all but the most enlightened opponents are more easily... So the easiest path would be to find his emotional susceptibility and exploit it. If he was vague, as a last resort, I might figure out what he fears losing above all else, and if I could... Now, go quickly while my...
Ya sé, es decir... No me dice nada más. Bueno, vale. ¿Qué hora es? Vale. Vamos a acabar con esto una vez. El problema es... no. Claro, a ver, es que es la única solución, ¿no? Convencer al señor Plutón, a de Osiris Nergal, o como se llame, que se pire a su casa, que nos deje tranquilitos. Y que deje a Perséfone para que nos cuide. Vale, al templo. Vale. Por aquí. Porque claro, ¿cómo convenzo a todo el mundo de que se venga a la entrada? No es fácil eso. No puedo hablar con todo el mundo.
Salve.
Salve. Well, hello. We meet again. Qué guay, está muy bien hecho, la verdad. Bueno, eso de que las luces se muevan, siempre pasa. Hola.
And here you allow me to introduce Nagult, but the one, and what is more, that there will be first, as I would recognize that anywhere, and yet my beloved still wears hers. You vile, despicable creature. You have put me in an impossible position. If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium, humiliated and alone. I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species' true colors.
Yeah,
and I see that Persephone was a fool to have ever believed in you at all. This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this. If I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend. Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but now, are you ready? You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Oh. Hi there. Well, here I am. Know who you are. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here. They believed that if even one person sinned, then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest, an oracle appeared and told him how saving the life of a dying woman, preventing the suicide of a man and freeing a falsely accused prisoner, foiling an assassination, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, and the doors just opened. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that... Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that. What became of him? And the other... And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terror... I don't know, it reads like... Anyway, I think I found a way out through the... I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else is... You go on ahead.
Bueno, yo no sé si este es el mejor final, la verdad. No lo sé.
You're back! Ah, why don't you...
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned that most people find that you died. My role as the most ask.
Ya me lo has contado.
As you were unfortunate nearby.
Voy a pasarlo
You both
porque
fought.
ya
There was not. He died. That man. You were each in.
nos mataron porque nos robaron.
It means there is nobody else. Perhaps you have. Well, along my order. It means there is no. I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Ow! It's
Kinda lost track of time, and there was a tablet
sounds like quite a... You two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
No me ha dado eso que me cree. Un año más tarde. ¿Ah? Oh. Al?
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. I read your book, and what the critics said about it. After everything you've been through, so after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into... I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up.
Vale.
Oh, hello.
What the fuck?
You're finally here. Remember me? It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was... even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even... I wanted to say thanks. Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I know! I can't believe we're planning to get married next spring. Of course, there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance.
Me estás contando.
You're here. It's lovely. So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the... Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. We're just so thankful. Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered. See you.
Hello. Galerius said you're very nice. I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. Bye-bye.
There she is.
It's you.
Hi there.
You're... Oh, of course, sorry. And of course... Oh, I'm living in a house share in London. Eventually I want to travel the world and write about it. Did you know there are entire continents? And you can travel almost anywhere in an air... Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I have noticed people from your time have... Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he... As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money after the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me. I can't help... Thank you. Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince. Even in your time, life still isn't. Apparently he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd... Nigeria? Well, you are the... Huh. You too! If you're ever in London, let me know. I hope so.
Qué riquilla. Lucrecia.
You are here.
Lucy, es que no hablé con ellos.
I'm making an effort to blend in. If the world knew we died 2,000 years... Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person.
Que ni se han adaptado todos a la vida.
I'm studying to get into medical school. As when it ended, I realized... You too.
Oye, ¿y qué pasa con...?
Hello!
Hey.
Horatius. Hey, man.
Hi there, I'm Horatius. I understand we have you to thank for giving... I'm living up north, and the world's changed a lot. But some things stay the same. Still, I have to keep challenging myself. The ones who pioneered up. Ah, you remembered that. In the words of Epictetus, remind yourself, your precious one. Thanks. Oh. Great. He's not my... Oh. I see what... He had more trouble. He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So he stopped. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. But his luck finally ran out. And his life along with it.
Oh.
See you at drink.
La mochilita.
It's you.
Thank you.
I take it you're... Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto, she knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. But he's been dealt with. He's... anything I want. I'm a woman of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere.
Alexa.
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue. Eternal torment. Just... You too.
Greetings. You must... I am told I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this, I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you too much.
I wanted to say thanks for sending Galeria. I'm just so happy. Well, it's not like I have to work. Mostly that means baking for my... Thank you. You...
And here you are. Oh, and I never thought I'd leave that cave. And it seems I have your... I'm working as a consultant to the faculty of... Not that I need the money, but I do... Aha! You remember? I have to admit, I've been the sum total of human knowledge of it. Your contemporaries have come further toward... My sincere...
Magnificent museum, is it not?
Some soiree, innit? Ah, hello at last. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very... Such a servant. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and, in fact, I was hoping to ask your advice. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco... Oh, don't be like that. Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. Of course, don't let me keep.
Ay, no aprenderás.
Good evening.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I'm thankful that you're here, but thank you. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little... After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I just want to spend the rest... Thank you. And you...
Greetings. Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time, I'm recovering. Octave. Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid. I'm already up to the 19th century. Men have called me mad, but I'm... and you.
It is an honor. I too would like to offer my... For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but instead I have decided to follow the custom of your youths. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me. Indeed. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. I go by Rufus now, for what you did. Sorry, I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's... Huh. Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for... You too.
Hello! It's so nice to... I wanted to thank you, and for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. I'm studying to be an architect again, and living... Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. You natives of the... You too, as Rufus said in... If you're ever in the Nether...
We meet again. Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. And I wanted to say thanks, and no harm. I'm living with Ulpius on a... I'm so grateful to you. You can try... Thanks.
It's nice to finally put... I understand I had... The way you just showed up out of... I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard. Every day I look at her, and this. So we're living each day to the... Sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine. Which... And I... Thank you. You too.
Evening.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed. Now, there's one more person.
Sorry if I frightened you.
Huh?
Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without... Indeed. Suffice it, I was able to control that. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. I did. I may have given up my immortality after witnessing Pluto punish countless poor, so I tried to give them a way to buy more time. So I whispered to Sentius in secret. I knew the danger of humans being corrupt. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life. What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him. And there was we were all fortunate. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised. And you. Oh, and one last thing. Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, Eumenes, I'd be proud.
Qué guay. Guau, qué guay. ¿No? El mejor. Bueno, el 1 supongo que será salvarte tú. El 3 no tengo ni idea de cuál puede ser. Pero este es el que yo quería, por supuestísimo. Qué maravilla. Así sí, así sí. ¿Ves? Este es un final. Bueno, los créditos los voy a pasar, si me dejan. No me dejan. Hay que verlos, vale. Un mensaje de los desarrolladores. Nos encantaría crear juegos y personajes en el futuro y puedes ayudarnos a recomendarnos a favor de... Vale, bueno, pues os seguiré, sí. Ya miraremos. Qué pasada de juego, qué maravilla, la verdad, ¿eh? Bueno, muy guay. Es que además la banda sonora y todo, perfecto.